Welcome back to MUFC Corner, your go-to spot for all things Manchester United. Today, we're diving into one of the most intense transfer battles of the summer, Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur for Brentford's Bryan Mbeumo. This story has everything: big money bids, managerial intrigue, Champions League drama, and a player who could transform United's attack. Let's get into all the latest twists and what it means for United's plans. First, let's set the stage. Bryan Mbeumo has just come off a sensational Premier League season, scoring 20 goals, only bettered by the likes of Mohamed Salah, Alexander Isak, and Erling Haaland. That kind of output has made him one of the hottest properties in English football, and it's no surprise that United have made him a top target as they look to rebuild their forward line. United have already tabled two bids for Mbeumo, with the highest reaching £60 million, £50 million up front and £10 million in add-ons. Brentford's dream valuation is £70 million, but sources suggest they're willing to do business for a fee similar to what United just paid for Matheus Cunha, around £62.5 million. So, from a financial standpoint, United are in the driving seat. But just as things were looking positive for United, a new twist emerged. Thomas Frank, the manager who helped turn Mbeumo into a Premier League star at Brentford, is now on the verge of becoming Tottenham's new boss. Frank's first order of business? Convince Spurs to hijack United's move for Mbeumo. And let's be honest, the Frank connection is a big factor. Mbeumo thrived under Frank's management, and that personal relationship could give Spurs a real edge in the negotiations. Tottenham also have another major advantage: Champions League football. United's defeat in the Europa League final against Spurs not only ended their European campaign on a sour note but also handed Tottenham that coveted Champions League spot. For a player like Mbeumo, the chance to play on Europe's biggest stage could be a huge pull, especially with a familiar manager at the helm. However, when it comes to wages, United are still ahead. Reports indicate that Spurs are prepared to offer Mbeumo around £130,000 a week. United's proposal is significantly higher, in the region of £150,000 to £200,000 a week. That's a massive leap from what Mbeumo is earning at Brentford and shows just how much United value him as a key part of their rebuild. So, what's really at stake here? For United, missing out on Mbeumo would be a big blow. The club is desperate to inject pace, creativity, and goals into their attack after a disappointing season. Mbeumo's ability to play across the front line, his proven Premier League record, and his work rate make him an ideal fit for Ruben Amorim's system. Pairing him with Matheus Cunha could finally give United the attacking edge they've been missing. But if Tottenham managed to pull off this hijack, it would be a statement of intent from Thomas Frank and a warning shot to the rest of the Premier League. Spurs are already on the up after securing Champions League football, and adding a player like Mbeumo would only strengthen their hand. Let's not forget the player's perspective. Mbeumo has reportedly signaled his intention to join United ahead of Arsenal, Newcastle, and Tottenham. He's attracted by the project at Old Trafford and the chance to be a central figure in United's new-look attack. But football is unpredictable, and with Frank's arrival at Spurs and the lure of Champions League football, things could change quickly. For United fans, this saga is a test of the club's new leadership under Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Are they willing to push the boat out to land a top target? Can they convince Mbeumo that United is the place to be, even without Champions League football? And what does this mean for the rest of the transfer window, with other targets and squad reshuffles on the horizon? There's also the question of self-sabotage. United have been criticized in the past for dragging their feet in the transfer market and allowing rivals to swoop in. This time, they've made a strong financial offer and shown real intent. But with Spurs lurking and Frank pulling the strings, United can't afford any missteps. Looking at the bigger picture, this transfer battle is about more than just one player. It's about United reasserting themselves as a destination for top talent, even when they're not in the Champions League. It's about showing ambition, backing the manager, and building a squad that can challenge for major honors again. So, what happens next? If United can close the deal, Mbeumo could be unveiled as one of the marquee signings of the summer, ready to light up Old Trafford and help lead the club back to the top. If Spurs succeed in hijacking the move, it's back to the drawing board for United, and more questions about the club's ability to get big deals over the line. Either way, this is a transfer saga that's keeping fans on the edge of their seats. We'll be following every twist and turn right here on MUFC Corner, so make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments. Do you think United will win the race for Bryan Mbeumo? How important is Champions League football in attracting top players? And what other signings do you want to see this summer? Drop your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, Reds. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more in-depth Manchester United news and analysis. Until next time, up the Reds!